Whatever can be accomplished today must not be surrendered to the hands of tomorrow. Almost any man can endure hardship without revealing his true nature. But place unlimited power in his hands, and you will see exactly who he is. Hand me 6 hours to bring down a tree, and I will dedicate the first 4 to making the blade worthy of the task. The most reliable method of securing the future you desire is to stop waiting for it and start building it with your own hands. A man who stays silent and is suspected of being a fool is in a far better position than the man who opens his mouth and confirms it beyond all question. No human being possesses sufficient virtue or wisdom to impose his will upon another without that person's full and willing agreement. Every person who rises to extraordinary achievement serves as living evidence that the same ascent is available to anyone willing to make the climb. I would far rather be an insignificant person of decent character than a powerful person of corrupt soul. Those who make a habit of searching for the worst in others will never come away from the search empty-handed. No man's memory is sharp enough or reliable enough to sustain the weight of a life built on lies. Never lose sight of this. Your own unshakable inner commitment to succeeding matters more than any external advantage, connection, or circumstance you could ever acquire. No external force will ever bring this nation to its knees. If we stumble and our freedoms are extinguished, the hand that did it will be our own. When the final accounting comes, what will matter is not the number of years you accumulated. It is the fullness and depth of living you poured into each one of them. There is a man I find myself disliking, which means I clearly need to sit with him and understand him far better than I currently do. Yes, things do eventually find their way to those who wait, but only the things that the people who refuse to wait have already finished with and left behind. Every time I hear someone construct an argument in defense of slavery, I am seized by a powerful curiosity to see that argument tested on the person making it. You can deceive a portion of the people without limit, and you can deceive everyone for a limited season. But the entirety of the people cannot be held in permanent deception. I have always leaned toward silence by nature, and whether that is wisdom or not, I will say this. The man capable of holding his tongue has become a far rarer specimen than the man who cannot. We have a choice in how we see the same garden. We can resent the rose bush for the thorns it carries, or we can marvel at the thorn bush for the roses it produces. If I am to be killed, I will die only once and it will be finished. But to live every waking hour paralyzed by that fear is to die 1,000 slow deaths before the first one ever arrives. The genuine desire to work and to contribute is so uncommon a quality that wherever it is found, it deserves to be recognized and actively encouraged. In this bruised and weary world of ours, sorrow is the one thing that reaches everyone without exception. But it lands on the young with a ferocity they were never warned about, precisely because it finds them unprepared. Those who have lived longer have long since made their peace with expecting it. Do I not achieve the most complete and lasting victory over my enemies the moment I succeed in turning them into my allies? My pace may be slow and deliberate, but not a single step I have taken has ever been directed backward. When the weight of discouragement presses down on you and you cannot find your footing, look for your restoration, not in rest, but in the act of working through it.